Well, hello there guys, and welcome. Welcome back to the channel. How is everybody doing today? Right, so we're just gonna go ahead and grab a few extra units. What's up, Ankit? Lizard better hold up, otherwise I might skip the next item. Yep, that is more or less what I'm thinking as well. That's because, again, looking at everything, so let's look at the champions. 7 stars playable, 2025 by the release. Nah, and still samurai kind of want, could be useful. Absolutely don't want. Apparently it's third, not particularly interested. And then there's lizard. So I might actually have to do the same, especially now that I have Nico. You know? Almost automatically went into the bounty notes. Mr. Stranger. We need to get there. Dun, 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 dun. Let's get some points. I can also use a wee bit of boost here, can't I? Yeah. Nico's Global 1 next IW? Yeah, I'm still taking her. You got Nico? Yes, I did. I just need to rank for her still. Fucking finally. I know, right? No more good luck for that. And that is also true. If Kavam's releasing Scorpion, which I'm quite sure they are. Because Lizard is kind of similar to Scorpion as well in the way he deals damage, right? So. Because he does the power stings and burst on level 2. So. So yeah. Poor Lizard. Yeah, exactly. Scorpion does have not only physical but also energy and direct damage. And better immunities. And Petrify instead of Wither. That's easier to activate. And yeah. I'd compare Lizard. I actually kind of like Cassie getting released. Minimum units for Banquet for good rewards. I don't know, like 15k, 18k. Last year it was 18k for all the milestones. Wanna give it a good morning, Domnazi. What did they say, AI? Alright, this is probably not a good matchup. This almost seems not worth fighting for, but okay. What's up, Canby? It's weird, especially here with 9 years. Well, it's not weird. Because you're not alone. You're getting Abs and Kingpin as the two choices. Voldy duo back. Yep, I do think you're right on that. We're getting some... Valkyrie is going to be in the box, and I think we're going to get Kingpin there. And be released. When the next Titan poll is going to be released? Yeah, it's like less than a month. You can check on the timer of your Titan Crystal. It tells you the exact time. If you go in game, take a look at your Titan Crystal, and there's a timer to it. That's when it updates. In 4 Tuesdays. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, whoopsies. Do you think Brian Grant has been hired by MCOC? I think, I don't know. But, if he has, you know, as far as I'm concerned, good on him. Let him get paid. What I'd say is that either way, I like Brian, and, you know, as long as he's getting paid well. There's new champions coming into that, and oh, we don't know that. We don't know that. Well, we do know the 5 champions that are going to be in the next Titan. We don't know the 6th one. Kind of, basically. Whether it is going to be the new Spidey or not. Or they're going to do it like they did with Dazzler and do that later. Oh yeah, right, we do, it's Cassie, never mind. We do know. Yeah, it's right, I know, my head kind of went haywire. We do know all the new champions in the Titan Crystal. So the new champions in Titan Crystal will be as follows. Silver Samurai, Mr. Knight, Dracula, Frankencastle, Lizard, and Cassie Lang. No, I kind of want Dracula. I mean, he's cool. Shame he's shit. But he's cool. I actually want the rebalance to rebalance him. Well, there's no more rebalance. Which I still think was a wild thing that Kabam did. Just because they fucked themselves over. Has anybody gotten... has anybody heard something DLL has said on the rebalance program? I'm sure he has a unique take as well on it. And by unique, I mean, you know. No, but his new champion is just as broken as his past ones. How do you know? How do you know? Kabam can appease many whales like Isafa in a couple of months. Even if they do, because here's gonna be the big magic secret. Even if they do, and they do just that, it comes as a double-edged sword. If they're gonna appease the whales in order to do that, there's gonna be a lot of people who feel disgruntled with them. So again, I do think Kabam is kind of in a no-win situation here as well. Because if they make Banquet too good, lots of people will quit the game. Just facts right there. There's no way around it. So I don't know, I personally think right now Kabam doesn't understand in how kind of spot they are. Scarlin's extra energy damage not applied on slot. What do you mean, Sid? If it's incinerate damage, then it shouldn't. I mean, you can test it at some point. But yeah, by the way, what do you think about the new Mystic Spidey? Because yeah, Kabam's right now in a generally very kind of precarious situation. There are a lot of whales who are very pissed off and disillusioned with them, but so are, you know, free-to-play and low-spenders and competitive players. So, I don't know how they will manage this. Because they do need to please the whales, but if they do please the whales and make like Banquet insanely good and worthwhile, that will piss off a ton of other people who do not have as much disposable income and who feel like they lose their, you know, foothold in the game, lose their place in the game. And if that happens, then you know, larger amount of players leave the game, and that creates further kind of like sense of game going downhill, which, you know, in reality it is, because it's bleeding players, and that also affects their bottom line. What's up, Spud? What do you mean if Banquet's too good, people are gonna quit the game? Oh, that's very simple. Like, if for instance, let's say theoretically, if you spend, I don't know, $500 on the Banquet event, and for that you can get like 10 new or 15 new rank 4s. So if you don't have the $500 to spend, there's somebody who does. It's the same thing as happened with the July 4th, when Kabam effectively in one sale sold all of the highest level progression that you could possibly accumulate in all of the previous sales and the content up until that point. And Kabam did that once, and they're not doing it again for a very good reason. Because they made the sale so good that anybody who couldn't participate, because they don't have, like, at that given point in time, like $800 to spend on the game, they immediately fall out of any illusion of a competitive race or competitive play. So yeah, I imagine where one sale effectively was more important than all of the content, all of the grinding that you have done in Alliance Wars and Battlegrounds and everything up until that point. So equivalent to that would be if Kabam, well, not 10 at this point, that would be like if Kabam offered in total, let's say like 25 rank 4s in the Banquet event for like $800. No, there you go, spend about $800 or something like that, and you get like 25 rank 4s. That would also have a catastrophic impact, right? Because, first of all, it invalidates all the work and effort people have put in up until that point, and second of all, it creates massive gap in the players who were and did and could spend for that particular sale in between the players who didn't. Well, why is that though, Nosy? Is it because you're too loaded? Is it because your Swedish meatball business is doing too well? Good on you, Karan. Okay, then Banquet. I think it's Valkyrie. I think it's safe. I mean, that's true, Domino. But if you don't have spare disposable income, Like, right now, I'm doing very, very poorly money-wise. So, I don't really have a choice. And there are a lot of people like that. I'm selling tacos nowadays, not meatballs anymore. Alright, fair enough. That's not cool though. Should have stuck to meatballs. Oh shit. But yeah, definitely should have stuck to meatballs. I need to start using these things. Way too many. What's up, Shaman? They'll probably make the market prestige based. I think they're gonna make everything prestige based. Your crystal odds is gonna be prestige based. Except in reverse. Ah, yeah. Why not? Prestige based arena. Well, best of luck, man. I'm sure you can get it done. Actually, should probably start spending some radiance for units now. Honestly, don't see Nimrod being relevant again without a tune-up. He'll be situationally relevant, as in, like, he's gonna be, good for specific things in AW, for instance. Yeah, I know, I wanted to make a video on Jane Foster because she did look quite nice. It does look quite neat, I agree. I hate that they halved MD as well again. And they always have the most retarded brain dead explanations for it. I just hate that they fuck with masteries, and like every other new mystic now has like some sort of line that says like, oh, it doesn't benefit from MD, or potency of MD is halved, or some shit like that. It's like, oh, fuck off. Just let it be. Oh yeah, Nimrod would not be a great defender in 2025 for sure. How can he be a great defender if we have champions like Serpent and Dark Phoenix and stuff? There's just no fucking chance. Yeah, I don't think Nimrod's gonna be a good defender. There's just so many random champions that can counter him too easily. Bringing like again, stacking Spider-Man, random Red Skull would absolutely nuke him. I think he probably can get nuked by Zola as well, for instance. Even Bullseye would do half decent job taking him down. There's like just go through the list. There's just so many champions that do deal with him well. It was so fun throwing that huge level 2. I remember in AW, you just get to level 2 and they die. the game has gotten so much worse since then. That is true. Again, for a really long time I was kind of like super hesitant to get like kind of down and personal and stuff like that, you know? But there is a clear point in my opinion that started kind of like to bring down the enjoyment of this game, at the very least for me. And it is unquestionable that I think Photon was the first one that started it. Or I should say defenders like Photon. Because if you take a look at end of 2023, right? Okay, so realistically, I think this. I think Kindred is kind of like beginning of that similar idea, like very hard to avoid damage. But I think this, realistically, is a time when out of Photon, again the next dependent is Maestro, and Maestro is another one of those where if he gets his buffs off, it's kind of bullshit. But okay, fine, whatever. Then we have Onslaught that also starts switching off masteries. So you know, in between Photon, then Maestro, then Onslaught. And in 2024 beginning we get like Bullseye, then we have Dust who also switches off willpower and whatnot, then we get like Serpents. I think this is the time period that cost Kabam the current situation in the game. Patient Zero is Penny Parker. Penny Parker is was also like, to me, very objectionable defender. I completely agree with that. But there was like one that was like a year ago or something like that, and then the rest of it was fine, type thing. Oh, when was Penny Parker released? 2021. So they did release that, and if you see my opinions on Penny Parker, I was immediately kind of like scrutinizing the fact that I hate champions that just say that these and these and these abilities that are designed to counter them don't work. Yeah, we'll see rank 5 materials in Banquet for sure. And I think realistically it's kind of Photon that was the harbinger of and everything surrounding it is just fucking shit. I mean, like Sigil, if you spend anything on the game, Sigil is probably the one thing that's most worth it. And yeah, as dumb it might sound, if in fact it is the specific champion designer who kind of like injected that train of thought into the others, then you could say that he might be responsible for much of what's wrong with the game right now. No, Jean is well better than Cassandra. Do you have a code? I absolutely do not, because I'm not in the CCP. Kabam would never, ever give me a code. Because at past, I have hurt their feelings. And I currently continue to do so, I guess. I am not in CCP. Never have been. Привет. Anyone? Did I? Well, there you go, no face. Get it. No, I didn't. When I first made a channel, whoever's in charge of the CCP reached out to me, and we couldn't come to terms. I never applied to CCP myself, up until, by the way, this is one secret story, because up until this year, I had never sent in an application for CCP, and the first time that on about I did also, like, couldn't come to terms with them when initially they did reach out to me. Up until very recently, I'll be brutally honest, I figured, because a lot of people were asking, and I figured it could be probably useful to go and get that code, content creator code, at some point, and I figured I'll send in an application just to see what happens. I wasn't like even that serious about joining or doing anything in regards to CCP. I just wanted to see what happens, whether they would, what would they say basically. They never replied to it. It's been like months now, and they never bothered replying, and you know, I'm perfectly fine with that. Dragon Man. Because yeah, whilst I want as little to do with CCP as possible. Like, I wouldn't want to talk or chat or interact with any of them. I just figured getting that code could be useful. But any reason why Reparry fail against Carolina and Gentle? They do fail. I don't know. In the in general, or in the current format, Balgon's metas? No, they wouldn't. I firmly believe that Kabam would be happy if I stopped making videos. Which guy you are talking about, buddy? I'll more money if you start making. Current BG meta without the disorient. It's not a bug, read the meta, buddy. It's the nodes. In the GC, there's insult injury node, which reduces your ability accuracy.
Shut up and take my money!
Round it up, $4. You don't need the CCP code.
I really fucking do, buddy. Haven't... As in, like, money-wise, I really fucking do. You don't know. I have few things have happened, some unexpected things have come up, and you know, I'm generally trying to kill off the game. Right now I am at the point where I have had quite few sleepless nights because of money. And it is not good. And I am actively working and trying to get some other things working. Like, I'll be brutally honest, man. Like, making MCOC videos and stuff like that. With the game going and with the game the way it is right now, I don't think I'm going to be doing it for too much longer. Not on the regular kind of capacity anyways. Because it's just unsustainable. So I do have like a few things, hopefully, that are going to work out soon enough. That are not necessarily MCOC related. And if I'm going to be doing stuff on YouTube, then this is going to be like, I don't know, stream a couple times a month, a couple times a week maybe. And if I'm going to be, you know, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah. How many units will be top milestones for Banquet? I think it's going to be like 12 to 15k. Alright, I can't quit. They nerf the commission rate of the CCP code as they earn higher amounts so that they get less money the more successful they are. Do they? How do you know that? Rank 4 Ironheart's not great BG champion, but Ironheart, in general, no, I'd say Ironheart's not a great BG champion. Serviceable, but not great. I fucking hate that rainbow. $30.1k so we can bank would be better investment. I would keep at least 10k if you carry on grinding in between Cyber Weekend and Banquet. Like, here's what would be my advice. I think the Banquet final milestone. Well, I think you need at least like 10-15k for Banquet, and then you can spend some stuff. I don't know. When you're in Manchester, you had mixed kind of life or pleasant life. I mean, although London's expensive, Manchester is also expensive, if I'm not wrong. Well, I had a relatively good life. I mean, like, my private affairs were not necessarily always the best, but... Question, who's going to be MVP week 3 and 4 meta so I can rank for them? Oh, really? Did you hear nothing that I just said? What's up, him, by the way? Okay, MVPs of week 3 and 4. Captain Britain is an MVP of that week for sure. I'll show you my deck, what I had thus far in it. Oh, Destroyer. You do want Destroyer. You want Captain Britain. But I'll go take a look in a second. BRB. Well, okay. Okay. Just die. Yes, Sunstar was only in the battle pass. That is correct. Oh yeah, Rhino is cooking that meta for sure. But let me know when you're back. So there's no transparency on how you log in, you don't get correct payout. Yeah, that's true. So I didn't chat when it was all released. Well, there you go then. How does Caroline take Solvak? With big bursts and big brass balls. That's how. Will you appear to use Saf's interview in the near future? If you ask me, though. Like, again, quite a few people have talked to me about that. I don't think he really wants to interview me. Like, if that's, you know, entire truth. Because he has never reached out to me about it. And he has interviewed already, like, so many people. And there have been, like, quite a few people from my viewers who have asked me about it. And every single time I have answered is like, if he wants me to, sure. But, you know, I'm not going to reach out to him in order to appear there. As in, in general, in life, for most part, I have like a very, more or less, kind of like a guiding, one of the guiding principles is like, I don't want to squeeze in where I'm not wanted or welcome. And you know, somebody wants me somewhere, they have a mouth, they have the agency to ask, and if nobody does, then I'm totally fine with it. You need to apply on his Discord, did he? And that's fine, as in, like, you know, he has a queue system, that's fine then, you know. I'm not gonna do that. Why there is... it's like a relic of past, basically. Because Arena, for those of you who do not know, is kind of like a fairly weird system where all your opponents get proportionally stronger up until you effectively reach the max there. And then you... you kind of like reach the peak, right? Because initially these infinite arena streaks were not easy to accomplish. But again, like, I'm sure he did. But also the fact that you had to kind of like point it out, you know, speaks for itself. It's not, Yusuf is cool, but you know, he has always been closer with like the 4Loki crowd and stuff like that, and so I'm sure he has heard like a ton of very, very bad things about me. And yeah, it kind of shows, so that's fine. And therefore we have never been like particular. I think he's a cool guy, but I can't say that we have ever been like friends necessarily. Which, you know, is a shame, but How many units do you roughly need per banquet? Last year it was 18k for all the milestones. I don't know how many this year. I think it's probably going to be similar, especially with the backlash, so they kind of made the big deal that it's not going to be that many, so I think it's probably going to be the 18k or thereabouts. I think no could be good, yeah. Oh, well, again, that is very wrong, Whitey. Kebab would never give me that code. Okay, that about you I feel is driven by you costing your money in some way, shape or form and being hated. I mean, that, and I am sure that I have said plenty of unflattering things about individuals working at Kebab. Even though it has never been like the expressed goal, it was, you know, typically and generally a part of some sort of rant, and I make nothing of it. I also do generally try to be quite careful with the way I word or phrase things, but it is also an undeniable fact that many people employed at Kebab have a very thin skin, and they do have some sort of what would be the best way to put it? They consider themselves to be like the greatest thing since sliced bread, and they can't tolerate me, which again, fine. In reality, I genuinely do think that they dislike me a lot more than I care about them. You're going to buy units for the bank. No money, ain't buying shit. It's funny because you say that, and at the same time I feel absolutely opposite. At the moment, especially whilst I'm struggling as much as I am with money and everything else right now, I feel about as shit and irrelevant and bad and stupid and incapable and incompetent and dumb as I have in a long time. Despite the successes in my life recently, such as my wedding, my wife, and stuff like that, yeah. But it is what it is. In general, I think it's also an outgrowth more so, and a consequence of people feeling less enthusiastic about the game. And I mean, like, you can see the streams, like half the streams do not have Gulag Master. If you do, then it's like $1 $5 donation, something like that. Like 3 or 4 years ago, like an average stream would, you know, in total be like 30, 40, 50 bucks. So, you know, doing a couple streams and making a couple videos made sense. Now, you know, an average stream, you know, is like $4 or $5. and you know, the videos aren't like as liked as well, I suppose, recently, part of which is absolutely my fault as well, because, you know, with the issues with the game, it's hard to be as kind of enthusiastic and take up the new projects, and it doesn't feel the same anymore. And it would absolutely also be a different thing that, you know, streams are doing better, but they're not. Again, which I don't blame anybody else for, and not you and not anybody watching. It's entirely, you know, my fault when being where I am. So this is becoming less and less manageable. Yes, it is worth doing for Arena if you maxed out on others. But yeah, since this is kind of like a chill arena stream, and I don't think like too many people are gonna hear what's going on the stream, realistically, like I hope I have found a new job already, which I'm waiting to start, and that is not gonna get me out of the woods anyways, or at least next couple of months though, until I actually start working it, and initially it's only part-time. But increasingly I am looking more and more away from MCOC as something that is going to be a significant part of my future. But you know, at the same time, I don't plan on going away completely at all. More so that it'll be a lot more that casual thing. Because again, it's just impossible to survive normally right now. And you know, that is type of annoying thing as well. Like, well, CCP do get the CCP codes and everything else, and there is like nothing for me. I get, you know, $4 streams. Whilst, you know, Cyber Weekend sales and banquet sales are coming up, and I'm sure that a lot of CCP members are, you know, rubbing their hands together because they will make, you know, substantial amount of extra money. Even if I want to spend right now, I just can't, you know, physically, I just don't have the money. Just got paid, and I, you know, paid the bills, everything else, and again, I'm at basically nothing in my bank account. So, can't carry on like that. I mean, sure, COVID helped the gaming industry and whatnot in general quite a bit. And then, you know, recession that's looming isn't helping things either. And people being more, you know, careful with what they spend, having less disposable income. But it's also definitely the fact that the game itself is significantly less popular now, and it's going downhill as well. If anybody has any good ideas, by the way, more than willing to listen. A nice remote job, a hidden millionaire hiring there, for a remote work. Yeah, it could survive. But again, even if it does, again, as I said, it's not necessarily always pleasant to be where you do not feel wanted. And I think part of it is that I do not feel wanted or appreciated recently either. But, you know, how can I be if nothing's working out? It does feel like a minute from midnight. Yes, that is true. Who is that? Crazy to tell the truth in a world full of lies. I do feel like that in many ways. I genuinely kind of. That is like one of the things that I know for a fact that this MCOC thing could have been way more successful to me if I just played the part. And I never did. And you know, it's a choice that I made, therefore I'm not like mad or bitter or resentful at anybody. Because, you know, most of the content creators definitely have chosen to play their parts, and they are better for it. And that's the way the world works. Well, thank you, Derek. Ah, shit. Alright, we got the Frankenweenie, so I can do a bit of other arena for now. I guess I'm gonna get to the... No, we're fine. Well, let's go then. With maxed out 6 stars. Oh. But we'll see. Either way, it is going to be interesting to see what goes down in the next couple of months. That is definitely going to be like an entertaining affair, in my opinion. But hey, today We're gonna see the full list of abilities of the new Spidey thing. New Indian Spidey. It is. I'm not on stream and everyone's sad and broken. Nobody's broken, buddy. Anyway, get that idea. It's just, you know, having conversation. Besides, being sad at times is the best thing you can do for yourself. Being artificially and untruthfully happy and smiling all the time is quite bad for your mental health, trust me. Why is the chat so quiet? Everybody's deep in their thoughts. Because it's an arena stream? Yeah, there you go. That's like another thing that kind of annoys me. Like, unless it's a background stream, barely anybody wants to watch anything. You know. It's also like one of the things that at the beginning I kind of enjoyed because I do like playing battlegrounds, but I can't do anything else in the stream on the stream and expect that stream to be decent because that's the only thing that people want to watch. It's like the battleground streams will automatically have like double the viewers minimum than stream of anything else aside from like, you know, big event release or something. So, remember when there was no battlegrounds and arena streams were kind of like commonplace? For arena stream, just yeah, exactly. Because in arena streams you can have much more interesting conversations, but that's not what's in demand these days. Because I do feel like better in arena streams as well, because again I have much more ability to focus on the conversation and chat and stuff like that. But every time I do have an arena stream coming up, it's kind of like I know that there's gonna be like 50 people in it, or you know, 60, something like that. A new account challenge? I have. Oh my god. Oh, whoopsies. Boom, buff minty. Da 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 da. Yeah. That's sure. Well, that has always been like one of the things in my streams, because you can find all the most random subjects discussed there. Should I rank 3 Bastion? Just kidding. I don't even have the material. I am so starving for tier 4 alpha and tier 7 basics right now. I can't rank up jack shit right now. Really? You're still not dead? Okay. Ah, stupid son. What does that mean? That word? Polygons from again. The fuck? Broken radiance, broken basics. Yeah, I'm broken everything. Me too, buddy. Broke on everything. Oh, fuck off. Jack. But on the bright side, what is the bright side, lads? Oh, on Wednesday we do get new Elder difficulty quest because that's the best thing to ever to play. I swear to God, Dark Phoenix is so terrifying, and regular Phoenix is so irrelevant that I cannot distinguish between the two normally. And whenever I see Phoenix, I automatically just assume it's Dark Phoenix because I, get wrecked by her or end up fighting Dark Phoenix so often, and I hardly ever see the regular one outside of like Arena. So every single time I see Phoenix, I think it's just Dark Phoenix. Kind of miss using CGR, by the way, I guess. What's up, Joker? Well, first you need to earn the right to play Elder difficulty by dealing with the classic one. That's also extremely nice. Ah, fuck off. I already packed once. I was genuinely thinking Kabam was gonna announce over his content in that last stream. I was very surprised they didn't. And you say it's packed months, it isn't. Like, why do you think it's packed months, my guy? That's the best way. You do understand that in the last stream, Kabam spent about 15 minutes, 20 minutes talking about the events that are gonna happen in between now and December, because a lot of those events were in December already. And it's actually the complete opposite. And they made it seem packed because they talked about sales. Okay, so let me break this down. So I have wrote down everything from the last stream that could announced, right? So we're gonna get the BG store update in November 26th, something, whatever. So that's happening at the end of November. Big Thing returns. That is at end of the next season, I think. I believe so. AW Showcase. That's, you know, quickie, easy, nothing, and that's, you know, standard edition. Saga Champion Showcase. That's, you know, AW Showcase. The other aspect of it. Saga Incursions, but those are in December. Not right now. New side quest format. So, I mean, it's a new format, but it's still just side quest. And everything past that point was them talking about sales and what champions they will sell us. Every single thing. So, to kind of like put it in perspective, this is the new content pieces, and all of them, aside from the new side quest format, we already have spoken about basically, yeah? See, the first one's there. Everything else there is the new champion announcements that are going to sell us. So, 4/5, 80% of that stream was them talking about which champions you will be able to buy. And you say it's packed months. No, it's not packed months. There's absolutely nothing happening. It's one of the emptiest months that we have had, aside from sales. Content-wise, it's empty. Happy birthday, Black Mamba Bunny. How old are you turning? 17? Well, egg thing we have no idea anything about. And again, I doubt it's going to be anything like massive in the month of November anyways. And there was a Deadpool event. I believe that Deadpool event was December as well, if I'm not mistaken. Or around that time. I'm going to go and double check, but still, even those things, they're going to be like nothing. No, I have not. I have not tried Marvel Rivals. I think something changed after 2020. I don't think it was after 2020. I genuinely think the biggest issues with the game started in the middle of 2023. Yes, Rhino, even as a 6 star, is going to be playing in. Yeah, absolutely. I rank 6 ascended Rhino in my day. Is him back? He said BRB, but he never came back. Oh, this is a very bad idea. I mean, the idea isn't as bad, but I butchered it because I parried. Ah, good. Oh, fuck off. Really? Couldn't die? Really? Seven stars did come before it had max rank 6 stars, yes. But 7 stars have an extra rank. So, I don't know. I don't think Obama could pull off 8 stars right now, I'll be honest. And also, the other thing is that's definitely worth pointing out that now we do have Ascension Dust that haven't been brought up for 7 stars yet, so that could affect things. I actually have a duped Void now, which is kind of surprising. Because like a month ago I didn't have Void at all. But I think I got my Void too late in the game. As in like, Prestige 30 thing made it so much harder to rank up champions like Void. Especially like if you hadn't done it already. That I don't think I ever will. Because, you know, you can't really pull him. So you can't sig him up naturally. He has low prestige. So I can't really give him the sig stones. And, yeah. It's kind of shit that, you know, kind of like Void. I would want to rank a Void. No, I'm not gonna. Because realistically, I'm not gonna find so many spare sig stones to give to my Void at this point in the game. With Prestige 30 being a thing, so quite likely that I will never rank him up. How did I lose this? This I can get, but how did I lose that? To Christian? That was a good time, yeah. Still didn't get the cable. Shh. Because it had started working properly, except now that I messed around with my phone too much. No BG snaps today. So telling me again. See, this is exactly what I talked about. I do one stream something else and no. Well, I mean, like I might stream BGs later. Because again, it's gonna be a stream for $4. And well, needless to say, you can't really do much with that. So, is what it is. So we're gonna get to the next milestone. That'll be it for this one. Ah shit, this is a dumbass matchup. Ah, whatever, let's go for level 3 then. Mephisto is always almost a good attacker, man. With a few changes, Mephisto could have been such a ahead of his time great Mystic champion, but no. He used to like using Mephisto offensively as well. Come on then. Ta-da-da-dum. Come on. Let's get that next milestone. Wee bit more units. 599 units, that's kind of funny. Hey, this could be a fun set of matches. Thanks.
Shut up and take my money.
The heavenly potato emoji, 100 rupees.
Okay. Ta-da-da-dum. Just be dead, okay? Not much. I know, still. Thank you very much. Bastion?
Shut up and take my
Wait,
money.
are you the Gulag Master? Yeah, you are.
Curtis $5
Oh wait, Australian
Bastion.
dollars. What kind of money is that? Because you could go to prison for that, Curtis. Bastion? Damn straight his ass. I mean, the official stance on this channel, as always, is and will remain that he's a good Alliance War champion. Oh my shit, I'm gonna lose this. No! Means I'm gonna have to do another round, probably. Fuck. It's Bastion's fault. I mean, Ashton's fault. Okay, 1 second. Valkyrie used to be such a popular skill champion. I actually haven't used Valkyrie in like ages now. And I'm gonna be short of that. And again, I dropped my phone. 3.27 USD. That's fine. We're gonna give Curtis the 5 mark. I actually think that she's also coming. I think Valkyrie is gonna be in that box, and I think Kingpin is gonna be part of the banquet event, like Abs is. But who knows? Either way, that will do for today's stream, and I'm gonna catch you guys soon. Bye bye. Hello there, guys.